Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to review Miss Percy's Pocket Guide to the Care and Feeding of British Dragons by Quenby Olson. Miss Mildred Percy is a spinster. She does not dance, she's long stopped dreaming, and she most certainly doesn't go on adventures. That is, until her great uncle leaves her an inheritance, one that includes a dragon egg, which hatches, as eggs do. But England has not seen a dragon since, well, ever. And now Miss Mildred Percy must contend with raising a dragon, kindling a romance, and going on an adventure she never thought would be hers for the taking. I read this as a finalist for the self-published fantasy blog off round 8. Most of our adventure is from Mildred Percy's perspective. There are a couple of other bits and pieces, but I will get to those in a minute. I did really enjoy having a perspective of a character who was a similar age to me. However, her perspective at the start was incredibly frustrating to read. She is not in control of her life, any aspect of her life. In fact, we meet her at breakfast, where her sister is reading her mail. Her life is happening around her, not involving her, and while she seethes inwardly at this, she lacks the courage to really do anything about it. She is incredibly kind to others though, and I really enjoyed watching her interactions with people outside her immediate family. And in fact, I really enjoyed the growth of character she went on throughout this book. We also see some perspective from Reginald Hawthorne. He's not well off. He's trying to win back his father's belongings to regain his fortune. He absolutely believes that he is in the right, and he is willing to scheme and do whatever is necessary. And I did find there was a little bit of interesting dynamics to how their point of view chapters were written. At the beginning, Miss Percy's chapters were very sort of timid and she's not quite sure what to do. And on the other hand, when we meet Reginald, his chapters are very forthright and forceful and he knows exactly what he's doing. I just thought there was an interesting contrast with how the characters were presented. But throughout this book we have so many wonderful characters who absolutely come to life on the page. From Mr. Wigan, Mrs. Babington, and even Fritz, who does not have any dialogue and yet he is so vivid and has such a great personality that comes through every time we meet him. One aspect I enjoyed about the writing were the epigraphs at the beginning of each chapter, which didn't necessarily involve what was going on in the chapter. They were just nice touches about the world. And this world really did come to life. Its locations, food, its travel, to the cosy scenes at the vicarage with Mr. Wigan. Lovely roaring fire just adds to that cosy atmosphere. So while the writing style is beautifully descriptive, we always knew what was going on. There is a richness to this world. Certain stylistic choices really made it difficult for me to immerse myself as much as I wanted in the book. The narrator frequently breaks the fourth wall, which, yeah, I've read that frequently in books. However, these asides in parentheses were really quite detailed, and at times we had comments within the comments, nesting parentheses. I found it really broke up the flow of what was already quite a slow book. It took me time to get back to what I wanted to get back to, and I just felt at times we were really not getting anywhere. They became less jarring later on as I got used to the style, but they were still there. I really enjoyed how the time period was sort of accounted for in this one, and there was appropriate behaviour and all the interactions and social aspects of this were considered. Unmarried men and women were certainly not left alone together. Overall, this is a slower paced book, and we certainly spend some time living in the world and getting to know the characters before we really start to move on with the plot. I did enjoy this in the end, and for SPFBO I rated it 8 out of 10, and the sequel is out and I am intrigued to where we go next with this one. So if you have read this, I would love to know your thoughts. Thanks for watching and I shall see you all soon.